Niflheim, Muspelheim, Is, Oberfäller, Linie, Jotun, skaber af sig. I nogen gab, Niflheim, Muspelheim, Is, Oberfäller, Linie, Jotun, skaber af sig. I nogen gab, Niflheim, Muspelheim, Is, Oberfäller, Linie, Jotun, skaber af sig.
Day feels heavier.
Frang doesn't know dream. Frang calls them visions. And yes, Frang had one not long ago, alone, surrounded by wolves. They were no aggressive. Then, I caught the scent of blood and followed it. But I didn't reach the end. I'm not from anywhere. Frang is attached to nowhere. I found a home with Dugald. I owe him a life debt. Frang was never a dull reader. Not without a name. Without a name, you are nobody in the tribe. Like me. And if that lasts too long, you must leave. I left and became Frang. Frang. A name, and not a name. Years ago. He's a good man. Treats me like a son. Frang cannot be a dull Riada. His mother was. But the tribe decided that he was not worthy of a name. That is why he's not of the tribes. Conquer. Wolf. Strong. Important name. Not seen in the south for a long time. Must be dead. Frang never met the keepers, but the unnamed boy did. Once, a few of them, many years ago, we fought. The unnamed boy survived even though he showed fear. Shouldn't do that. The keepers approached the camp of the boy's people, but that past does not belong to I'm Frang. A place without a leader. As I see it, it will finally fall apart. There are no tales about a place that survived without a strong leadership. And it's not about kings, nobleshites, or chieftains. Titles are just words that pull the wool over a man's eyes. What's needed is a strong soul with a strong name. And their names mean as much as Frang's, which is to say, nothing. Pfft, don't bother. Now they're a bit like Frang. Strays with no home. But Reese is strong, despite what happened with Cole. Ellis? He's funny. I like him. Rawson? I know nothing about her. And Dugald? A man who became Frank's father. He has my gratitude.
Oh, it's you. please you. Each day feels heavier.
respect me.
Whoa, what's happening? In the name of the All-Mother, what are you doing? I could have stabbed you. Wait, I haven't seen you before. Alright, true. Why didn't you, eh? You could have killed me. So you're not one of them bandits, then? Who are you, huh? This pin, I can't say I see it very clearly at this present moment, but I remember Fergus says someone. Oh, yes, I remember now. I welcome thee, ye royal person, on behalf of the keepers. Please speak with Fergus. He's our quartermaster. He runs out of a place. Open it.
nice to have a break.
Oh, hello there. Oi, friend. A question. Do you know why people always stop and watch a blacksmith at work? Because he's riveting. It's good to see a new face in this sad hole. Oh, of course. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Osbert, local master of hammers and anvils. Do you need your blade sharpened? Not really. People used to come and go. Now and then a ship would make a stop at the village below, but nobody's really come around since. Well, since the entire shit show, that's... Now that I think of it, you're the first they've... Oh, so you have friends... Of course I do. Those pins are peak craftsmanship, and very rare at that. We only gave them out on Camelot's orders. But when I... Well, it's pretty obvious you wouldn't be able to beat a knight. And even if you found one already dead, you'd sooner nick his armor than a pin. Either way... Ha! Friend, I wish. But the only task... Unless you're a master goldsmith, there's just not enough of them to go around. Listen, I said I don't have any jobs, as in things I pay you for doing. That doesn't mean I can't... Since you're free to wander about, well, You've probably bashed in the skull of a beast or two, right? The alchemist. They're likely snatching up the corpses, using them... But perhaps... We should start with something... I'll give you some notes on how to make armor. You gather the materials and get to work. Sometimes I wonder, you know, how many things can go wrong at the same time. It's like we've done something to anger the gods, and they take... First, we started hearing that the weirdness was spreading near Grubwood. Soon after that, we saw waves of desperate people. Then, the Del Rita tribes took over the All-Mother's Temple. And after... And so on and so forth. We're in quite a pickle, my friend. Yes, that damn forest north of here was already cursed and creepy. But now, I've heard it's an entirely different level of crazy. They say that some men here started going dark up north. With that, the weirdness started... moving. And when the weirdness gets here, well, we're fucked. But you know that. Truth be told, most of them are just people desperate to survive. When the villagers started dying out because of the weirdness, hunger, or raids, they lost their livelihoods, ended up with nothing to their names, and nowhere to go. So they banded together and started raiding whatever was left. Then they turned to killing each other. They're like rabid wolves. Too bad they're here now, too. That's... I don't know. It's hard to explain. They kept to themselves, perched in the mountains near the Forlorn Swords. Then something happened, and suddenly we saw ships arriving near our eastern shores. A couple days later, the tribes took over. One good thing is that the bandits aren't up to fighting with them. One bad thing, we aren't either. I heard that Dew fell down the stairs and didn't break a single bone. So that's a start. Other than that, no, I can't. Yeah, after we lost 2 squads trying to take back the All-Mother's Temple from the Dalrita, our captain decided that nobody leaves the Horns. Then he shut himself in his office, without leaving us any orders. Fergus is trying to keep the lads occupied, but... just look around. Half of the people here are losing their minds, and the rest are losing their wages on drink. It's nice to have a break.
This feeling, it was so strong, so real. I remember now, the weight of it, the power. This blade was never just steel. It was a part of me. Yes, the sensation is unmistakable. But it carries more than my soul. It carries a part of my legacy. A sword like that, it doesn't yield easily. It demands strength of body and of will. You'll need to grow stronger before it will choose you.
Welcome to the Museum of the Horns of the South, the southernmost keep under Camelot's jurisdiction. My name is Ridderick, and I will be happy to introduce you to the rich history. I'd also like to bring... Do you mean the document with information about the course, weather, position, and speed? More specifically, the document from the bridge of the Andraste, which sank tragically in... Here it is, though I doubt those records will tell you anything, since... Oh, no, we know that. You should have mentioned that you're looking for the wreck of the... Every keeper knows that the Andraste was swallowed by the ocean. It's near what's currently known as Smuggler's Bay. It began in the year... It took them years of tremendous effort to finally open, and I don't doubt it. Since drawing on available sources, we can claim, as you can probably guess, that's where... Oh, of course, Sewell was an outstanding commander. He was also the founder of the Horns of the South. The museum holds a collection of 70... The collection includes big and small items that represent... Here you will find militaria, I'd say all exhibits are worthy of your attention, but I could put... Those would be the items that used to belong to Sewell. What is Also worth mentioning is the table. Yes, Sewell's boots were sewn from 3 pieces of on the outer side of each shoe. It means that even the keepers of that time must have realized it is in. The horn was used by Sewell during wartime. Not only it has a brass mouthpiece and silver fittings on its wider side, and it's a memento of the tableware is made of tin coated with silver. It consists of that detail and the fact that those are the only wares. Really? Do you mean it? Usually people only come here when they've had too much to drink and decided that it'd be fun to come over and start mocking me. Or the last person who seemed to actually be interested in the museum was Lady Elaine. We talked a bit about Captain Lex. It was described in The Last Voyage of the Andraste. An interesting read. Oh, that's excellent. I have a lot of respect for that kind of... But if you happen upon any interesting object...
Stay out. You all right, newbie? Have you been to see the refugees? I don't see how it's all that complicated. An innocent man was sentenced to death, just because he wanted to protect himself and his wife. And Mahon's wound is just one man's word against another. And Cole, an outside.
The refugees don't trust us.
Frankly, I think Mahon brought it on himself. Wait, if you meet...
Good to see you again. The pledge today was very interesting, wasn't it? The certainty in Quartermaster Aymer's voice. So, what do you need this time? The pass again? Hey, not this time, my friend. I've run out of ink. In the meantime, I need to ask you... You do know it needs to stay between us. Do you understand? Say you understand. Fantastic. So, here's the thing. On a recent night out at Wrongs, it seems I may have left some sensitive documents at the bar. Documents, with Captain Fergus' seal. But not necessarily sealed by him. You know what I mean. I can't really go there right now. Could you get them back for me? Splendid! When you have the documents, meet me at the third crowing of the roost, or just find me.
If you're here to see the healer, don't bother. And I mean it! He's a know-it-all from Camelot, but the truth is, all of those academic types think they're better than us village folk. I came to him with a toothache, asked him to make me something for the pain, and you know what he did? He said my tooth is rotten, and then sent me to Osprey to get it pulled out. Sounds like horse crap. My she knew how to make a proper potion for toothache. If I were any good at mixing that stuff... I even gave him my grandma's... No, Heber took it, the plonker. Said if I don't know how to make it, I shouldn't have it. And that he doesn't want some questionable... You will? Oh, you're a lifesaver. Tooth saver, yeah? No matter.
Sir, I haven't seen you before. I wasn't expecting any guests, and you don't look like a new recruit. And yet, Odrin let you in. He's not drinking again, I hope. Most unfortunate, but that explains why you just strutted into the horns. I'm afraid I'll have to take action. The name's Fergus, and I assume you already know I'm the quartermaster here. Now state your business. And please, try to be convincing, or the walls of this fortress will be the last thing you'll ever see. Yes, I know. And that's why you're still standing in front of me. However, these pens were only given to certain people. They mean that in times of trouble, these people will always find a safe haven here in the Horns. And that makes me wonder, what happened to your friend? Where is he? If what you're saying is true, he must have had a deal with somebody well above my pay grade, and that leaves only the captain. However, if you're lying, then you might as well have just confessed to the murder of a Knight of the Round Table. But nobody's that much of a fool, I think. Fortunately for you, I've seen my fair share of morons in life, and you don't look like one. Fortunately for me, this pen only means that I'm to make sure you're safe in the Horns. Nothing about helping you out with whatever you're up to. Anyway, welcome to the Horns of the South. Make yourself at home. Ninian. I knew the Red Death would take him. Damn shame. He was one of the good ones. You did right bringing this back. The Horns look after their own, even after they're gone. But, now that I think of it, how did you manage to get hold of his tag? Tortured? In the Asylum? You can't expect me to take that at face value. Brother Riagan said Ninian was too weak to survive the journey. They came for him, and we even held a symbolic keeper's burial for him. And what were you doing in the island asylum? You look fine, but if you were there, near him... I'm sorry this happened to you. Still, you have to understand, now that you've told me this, I'll be keeping a close eye on you. No risks can be taken when it comes to the Red Death. That's one of our tags. Every soldier gets one when they pledge their loyalty. I just hope the body you took it from was already cold, because killing a keeper would land you in some serious trouble. You know, here's what I'm thinking. If you stumble over any of our fallen keepers out there, bring me their tags. Sure, they all swore to stay here until the bitter end, but they have families who deserve to know what became of them. It's part of my duty, but since I can't send any more beyond these walls, maybe you could lend a hand. I'll pay you for every tag you bring back. Captain Hagen. Well, he was a man driven by pride and a certain disregard for caution. He sent men to explore those old tunnels beneath the keep. Somehow, he got it into his head that there was something valuable down in those tunnels. Treasures, relics, who knows what else. But the truth is, we know what was there. In the Age of Legends, it was just a hospital. There was some kind of outbreak or plague, and the place was sealed off. Nothing left to find, or so the records say. Yes, it weighs on me more than I'd care to admit. If I could, I'd see them laid to rest. But no captains ever bothered. It seems they thought it was a fool's errand. Maybe not worth the risk. If you're mad enough to try, then by all means, go ahead. Just don't expect any keeper to follow you. I really don't have men to spare. But maybe it's time to make it right. So, thank you, I suppose. I knew we'd have to deal with this sooner or later. Time isn't exactly on our side. Mahon's condition worsens with each passing night. It's hard for me to admit, but nobody, including myself, really knows what's going on. Maybe a fresh perspective is exactly what we need. If you find any clues, follow them. I'm only interested in the details, and ideally, the solutions. You know where to find me if you come across any more. Excalibur? You want to pull it out? That's a good one. Well, be my guest. If you think you can, go ahead. But unless you're King Arthur reborn... I'm Captain Brandon's right hand. He deals with the serious matters I don't want to know anything about. I take... Fine then. This is the keep. Anyone sworn in as a keeper lives here, unless they're no longer fit for service. If that happens, otherwise, they're not allowed to go there without my express permission. So if you ever see any of my boys down there looking shifty, you're allowed to walk around the keep and the village. But if anyone catches you stealing, I'll take your hands. He's not our first line of defense. The archers are. Every man here needs to have a job. And no offense to Odrin, but let's just say we can afford to lose him. I'm sure the hordes of visitors clamoring at our gate. It used to belong to the keep. You could say it was its beating heart. That village was where our lighthouses led the ships, and where the workers lived with their families. Ah, those must have been the days. But then the ships stopped coming, and there were less and less new keepers, and the others left looking for a better life. Until, at last, the sea took most of it. What else was there to do? There weren't enough people to live there, and nobody wanted to anyway. Not since the monsters started coming out of the sea. We wiped out most of them, but new ones showed up every now and then. Mark, our hunter, keeps an eye on the place. You can talk to him if you want. Depends on your idea of interesting. There's a weird statue with a gong, but I'm not sure how much of it is left. Other than that, probably just damp rubble. I don't know. Ask Mark. I'm pretty sure he just sits there all day instead of hunting. No wonder we've been eating nothing but fish. We've been having trouble with the dead lately. The kind that don't want to rest in peace. There are more and more of them roaming the area. It might just be the weirdness. Anyway, I suggest you go see Mark. There is a local legend about a dark druid named Slaughter? Slaughter, that was it. He was a necromancer rumored to be able to raise the dead and make them do. Quite an old legend, though, so unless he managed to raise himself from the dead. It's old. From what I've heard, the keepers and the people from the village below used to bury their dead there, but after the flood, it's been pretty much abandoned. Yeah, damn druids. They flooded a village of innocent people just to show everyone they're still in power. Fat lot of good it did them. I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad we got rid of them. The things they could do. The captain forbade anyone from leaving the keep, so I couldn't. And truth be told, I didn't particularly want to. In your words, you're not wasted. Good. Try not to. Yes? Why not? Just as I thought. If you have friends among the knights, you'll want to talk to the captain. Because I said so. What? Did you really expect that you could just enter our keep and head straight for the captain? There wouldn't be much point in having walls and guards here if an... And have you helped any of my people? Or are you just here to wave that first? Show me you care. And then I'll take you to the captain. I can't have every random stray waste. I trust we understand each... Good. Come back. No, I don't take bribes. But if you're eager to throw your gold around, that way your coin pouch won't weigh you down. Thank you kindly. You won't find the captain at the Horns of the South. He ordered us to lock down the keep, and then... I have my suspicion. I don't like your tone, my friend. But I will warn you. If he's not dead already, that's where the Doriada tribes are holed up. And if you do find the captain, Galahad the Pure is already on his way. And we'll all face consequences. There are a few retired keepers living there. They might tell you about the good old... There are also some refugees from north of the island, since we had nowhere else to put them. I don't really know much about what's going on in that place. I just make sure they have everything they need, more or less. People fleeing from bandits, from the weirdness, you name it. I wasn't exaggerating when I said we were the last. For these people, we are. Don't know how many more we can take. If you need rest, you can sleep in the barracks. It's no royal chamber, but it's better to sleep under a roof than...
Let me guess. Camelot, no? You must be from Connacht. I should have guessed right away. Nowhere? Never heard about it. You know, people are talking about rising unrest in the north, and a secret coalition. And that whole plague thing is just a tool to... And to be honest, it's not gone too bad for them. Well, sure. They want to establish a new order on our... Maybe. Maybe our captain is even involved. Hell knows. Although when I look at you, I don't think so. Yeah. Wait a minute. I'm not suggesting... It doesn't make sense that the plague appeared just like that. Out of bloody... Power over us, of course. Over our butt. That's the case. Those sons of bitches are... They kinda blend in and live among us. It's hard. You see? It takes one to know one. And that means we're just pawns. Folks like us won't change anything. You know, I've been thinking lately. What if King Arthur is just a stupid fairy tale? You know, one story for everyone. Yeah? Don't tell me you're one of those... Exactly. But maybe...
Oh, mother's tits. I've just about had it with this bunch of repressed And who might you be? Oh, do I now? You would be too if you had to deal with those sniveling... Don't look at me like that. You don't get as far in life as I have if you... There's something fishy going on here. But I'll get to the... Straight to the point. Don't worry, I'll pay you. And who knows, you might even get a discount on my... I just need you to go to Brandon and find out why that slime ball is pretending not to know I'm here. Although, I'm pretty sure... Right. What was I thinking? There's something going on, you know? They don't want anybody to know, but I can feel it. Then suddenly I found myself stuck here. Anyway, good luck to you. You do realize you won't score any points with... Those holier-than-thou soldier boys have no idea what it takes to be a merchant in this sorry world. The things we... There's a woman from the tribes called Nest. She's my supply. I haven't heard from her in a while. And she was supposed... You still up for an adventure? My guess, and it's only a guess, is that... Rumor has it that Bromar No-Face and his thugs are fond of that place, which... Good luck. And don't worry, I'll pay. No matter whether she's dead or alive. Oh, love, plenty. And almost none of them happy. I'll never forget the first time we stumbled upon a place after a cloud of the weirdness oozed through. It was a small settlement, just a few houses. Or so we thought. Until a man who tried to chop off his legs after they started sprouting antlers. Another one who gouged his eyes out, so he wouldn't have to look at his child melting into the floor. A woman in the farthest corner of the settlement managed to stab herself in the heart before it got to her. I almost dropped it all and ran back to Timberwall that day. I'm still not sure. Name's Orla. I'm a merchant. Or I try to be, when my business isn't being held hostage by a bunch of idiots who seem to be terrified of women. What was I thinking when I decided to leave You've never been to the merchant capital? Well, you didn't miss much. Other than that, it's a place like any other. The same pain and misery hiding behind gilded walls. Or, well, maybe it is, if you like living with a bunch of backstabbing crooks. Yeah, now I remember what I was thinking. I have no home in Timberwall. I feel like every time I go back, I recognize it less and less. Business is slow, I'm not gonna lie. With the weirdness creeping in from the north and bandits. But, I don't know. Being a merchant from Timberwall used to mean... Not really. It's more of a requirement if you ever want to be...
Welcome! In the name of our eternally reigning Majesty King Arthur, I am obliged to inform you that fighting those who actively break the law and reject the rule of the crown is As Camelot's representative, I will be paying a bounty of 10 gold pieces for the death of each bandit roving the area, as long as adequate. I also recommend checking the bounty board for information on one. Please, stick. None so far. The keepers don't want to risk being turned into pincushions for a mere... Besides, the captain banned them from leaving... Oh, you have no idea. When I heard they were sending me south, to the very place that's crawling with bandits and barbarians from the tribes, I imagine I'd be a little closer to the action, you know? Fighting, gushing blood, screams and such like. Or even better, how they were ripping open. Instead, the only stories I hear are when those fools break their own legs when they get drunk and fall off the walls. I could be, but many people can swing a sword, but only a few have as sharp and bright a mind as I do. It's just that some people were made for fighting, while others are destined for greater things. Besides, watching and listening gives me enough satisfaction without needing to risk my life. Yeah, I've been like this since I was a child. The moment an execution is over, I'm waiting for the next one, and there are quite a lot of them in Camelot, and I like to watch where Mum punished the servants with a whipping. Well, Camelot would send a group of knights with Sir Galahad at the head, And he's not interested in half measures. He'd probably burn down half the garrison, or hang them. He's done both. By the way, did you know that people who are hanged rarely die? Usually, a while ago I saw someone hanged in the village, and it's true. No matter what you say about him, he's very efficient. Oh, sure, plenty. Did you know that apparently, if someone dies in a damp, closed-off space, sometimes... I heard that a body... I need to think. That's correct. My name is Killian. I was sent here from the capital to see how the Horns of the South are handling the bandit problem, and also to encourage the Keepers to fight. The situation with the Pict and Del Rita savages is precarious. Too bad we can't get rid of them as easily as we did with the Druids. There have also been rumors that we might soon have a civil war on our hands, so Camelot... There are rumors that the Rita tribes want to unite, and that would mean open war with Camelot. As for those Pict savages, they've been growing bold, leaving their forest. For now, it's just been small skirmishes. But who knows how it would end? Well, you've probably heard about the Druids making human sacrifices by stuffing people into wicker puppets and setting them on fire. Well, the people decided to give them a taste of their own medicine. They rounded them all up, and then sent them up in smoke. Oh, how they must have howled and sizzled. Too bad I couldn't see it. Yep, made human sacrifices, prayed to the dark gods, brought the weirdness back, but most of them, and one of them is rumored to be hiding in the Horns area. His name was Slaudyarg. He was lurking near Blood Lake, a small pond where they used to throw the bodies of executed convicts. They say he would fish them out and use his magic to turn them into undead monsters. Supposedly, he started needing some fresher The Horns organized a manhunt. They found it. People say that the moment his body touched the surface of Blood Lake, the water turned red, and it's been... Some say that Slaudyarg came back from the dead and... I don't really have much more to tell. It's hard to get any updates here. I only know that the new Lancelot has not been very popular, and that's putting it mildly. The Witch Morgaine would have been burnt at the stake long ago if everyone weren't so afraid of her. And then we have the commoners who seem to keep forgetting their place, and loudly demanding changes. Oh, hey, before you go, I can see the bloodlust in your eyes, you know. It takes one. If you're seeking scum to slay, you'll find bandits in the ruins of a merchant settlement nearby. It's worth visiting if you haven't already.
Oh, a new face? It's... Yes, my apologies. Ever since breakfast today, I've been sort of lost in thought. I keep thinking of my... You see, all we got here is venison and fish. Venison, then fish. And then fish. I can live with all the bullshit that's thrown at us soldiers. But the longer I live, the more... And I'd kill... As if it were that easy. And Rorik, the one we have here, well, he says we're soldiers. Really? Sure, I remember...
nice to have a break.